Hello, hello. Hey, it's Helen here from helenmartinonline.com. And I am back from holidays. I've just had a wonderful week with my family on the river with the jet ski, down the beach, swimming. If you're not aware, I am in Australia and it's summer here. Not that you can tell from today. It's completely sort of flipped today. It's a bit gloomy and it's been raining. But it's awesome to be back and to be with you live. If we are meeting for the very first time, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from below so I can give you a shout out later. For those of you that are watching the replay, please just put the word in replay and so I can give you a shout out afterwards as well. So I hope your entry and welcome into 2018 has been awesome so far. If you're not familiar with what I do, I predominantly help home-based business owners bring their business online. So I talk a lot about, social media branding. How do you get leads online? How do you brand yourself online? How do you turn that into income generation? Video marketing, Facebook Lives. And I also talk a lot about mindset because it's just so critically important to anybody's success in life, whether that's in business or relationships, your finances. It's really important that you have the right frame of mind. And honestly, if you can change the way you think, you can literally change the outcomes in your life. So mindset is pretty powerful. You can go to my website, which is www.helenmartinonline.com, and I've got two video libraries there. One is a mindset video library and one is a network marketing training video library. So feel free to go across to my website and have a look at any previous free trainings that I've done in the past. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is to start off 2018 the right way with Facebook. So I'm talking about Facebook today. So one critical thing that you need to be aware of is there was a change to Facebook's algorithm in December. So if you're not aware of what that is, I want to highlight that to you today so you're aware of that. And then I want to give you 7 tips to maximize your exposure on Facebook. So as I mentioned before, predominantly what I do is help people build their business online, not offline. So it's really important, and I'll talk about Facebook a lot because Facebook's algorithm and certain things get changed within Facebook all the time. So it's really important to keep up to date with what's working, what's changed, because one example I'm going to give you in a moment, Facebook actually rewarded people for doing this certain thing, a couple of months back, and now they're actually penalizing people for doing this particular thing on Facebook. So it's really important to keep up to date with, all the changes on Facebook and what's happening. If they change the algorithm, hey Arlene, how are you? Nice to see you on live. I hope you're well. It's really important to keep up to date with what's happening with Facebook and to learn how to maximize your exposure on Facebook, because online is the way to go. If you've not started building your business online yet, but you're looking at it, you're learning about it, you're learning how to attract people to you online, 2018, this is the way to go to start building your presence online. Start building your brand online. Start attracting people to you so you can truly, honestly build a home-based business via the internet. It's completely achievable and possible for everybody to do this. And if you're not there yet, then start learning about it and learning the techniques and the tricks as to how to do it. Thanks, Arlene, and I'm glad you're great. It's really important to know how to do it the right way because honestly, there are so many people, particularly network marketers, home-based business owners, that think they're building their business online the right way, but they're really just doing what they were doing offline and taking it online, which is still spammy techniques. And if you do those kind of things, then Facebook will actually penalize you and you will be wasting your time trying to build online. So what I want to go through today is firstly, the change that was made to Facebook's algorithm in mid-December. So this is already relevant and I saw the impact of this immediately. So what they're trying to minimize now, which they actually rewarded people before, is they're trying to minimize what they call clickbait. Now, if you haven't heard that term before, basically what it means is you put a post up purely to get engagement. So that's your primary purpose. So I'll give you an example of what I mean here. I put up a post, and I put up many, it's mainly related to picture type quotes. And I put one up, I don't know, must have been around October-ish. And all it was a picture with a whole lot of, you may have even seen it yourself, with a whole lot of letters on it. And I just put up the top, and so people would look at this picture sort of quote and words would pop out. And so I just put up the top, what are the 3 first words that pop out at you? And different words would pop out to different people. And I had over 6,000, I think it got close to 6,500 people that commented on that post. So it sort of went mini viral, I guess you could call it. And so Facebook was rewarding me for the popularity of that post. So it just got sent out. The more people that comment on it, their friends would see it, and it would get pushed out. Now that's got nothing related to what I do here on my business page. So I help home-based business owners build their business online. That quote had nothing to do with that at all. It's just an engagement post. And I promoted it as an engagement post, and I asked people to like, share, and comment, and I got rewarded for that. That is exactly what Facebook has changed and will no longer reward people for, and are actually penalizing people for just purely doing engagement posts like that have nothing to do with bringing value to your viewers, your marketplace, your friends, your family, your fans, etc. So I would advise you now, where I actually recommended this a few months ago, I would actually warn you against this now. Any kind of post that you do that's just purely like a picture type quote that's asking for comments purely for engagement to build your audience, don't do it. Don't do it anymore. Though you would have seen them, you can do it, but you're not going to get any reach. And the downfall of it is if you continue to do it, Facebook will actually penalize your reach for future posts that might be really beneficial for people, but they're going to penalize you because you're doing what they don't want you to do. So you might have seen posts come across your feed that would be something like, share this post for a chance to enter in the draw for a free XYZ. That's called a clickbait post, and that's what they don't like anymore. Facebook is very, their key objective is that their viewers are happy and they're not spammed with information or not drawn into that kind of clickbait exposure, because all that does is the person that's offering the free thing, it gets them a lot of engagement, and that's what they're banking on. That's why they do it. But Facebook doesn't want that. Facebook only wants us to give value and give things that are entertaining, things that are value to people, things that are people want to see, not drawn in or enticed or tricked into sharing a post of that time. So that's something that you need to be aware of, particularly if you have a self-branded Facebook page, so you have a fan page, a public page. Don't do those kind of quotes anymore, because it's going to hurt your overall exposure of anything that you do. So that's the first thing, the change to Facebook algorithm in what they used to promote before, they're now penalizing people for. Now, the next thing, there's 7 tips for you to get maximize your exposure on Facebook. Now, the number one thing I'm going to say, and you might not like to hear it, but 2018, if you haven't done this yet, you need to get some guts, put your big girl or boy pants on and do it, is Facebook Live. The one way you're going to maximize your exposure on Facebook is doing Facebook Lives. If you haven't done them yet and you've got a massive fear of them, the only way to conquer that is to just breathe deeply, push the live button and just do it. The only way you overcome fear and the only way you overcome things that scare you no end is to actually take the action. When you take the action, you start getting comments, people interact with you, you'll lose the fear. But the only way you're going to lose the fear is to actually do it. So these 7 tips that I'm going to give you all relate around Facebook Lives. But the first thing I'm going to say is you've got to be really careful how you use Facebook Live. Because if you use Facebook Live, and I see it all the time with home-based business owners, they use Facebook Live for like an infomercial. So they do a product showcase, a jewelry showcase, this, oh, and look at this, and this does this, and look at that, and this does this, and you should get that. And don't do Facebook Lives like that. Don't do Facebook Lives as an infomercial, particularly on a private Facebook page. If you want to do Facebook Lives and maximize your exposure and really bring value to people to build your business, set up the appropriate type Facebook page to do that. If you're going to do Facebook Lives on your personal Facebook page, you've still got to give value and talk about things that are going to be of interest of people, and certainly do not do anything that resembles like an infomercial for something, because you're truly going to be penalized by Facebook for that. Even on a self-branded Facebook page, fan page, entrepreneur page, whatever you want to call it, business page, try to make them value-based. Facebook will reward you for value-based content, not selling, not outrightly pushing your stuff out on people and saying, buy my stuff. If you are doing that on your personal Facebook page, unbeknownst to you, you are violating Facebook's policy. You are not allowed to sell, promote, push your products on people on a personal Facebook page. It's and Facebook are, I guess, relatively slow with shutting down people's pages for that, but it is happening. So I warn you, if you are pushing your network marketing company's products a lot on your personal Facebook page, then you risk your personal Facebook page for getting shut down. The purpose of a personal Facebook page is for your friends and family to interact with you, to engage with you, to look at your photos, what's going on in your life. Yes, you can certainly promote that you've got a business that's going well. You can create enticement, you can create intrigue, you can create curiosity, but you're never mentioning your company's name, product, and you're certainly not doing a Facebook Live that's an infomercial. So just be very wary of that. So how do you maximize your exposure on Facebook Live? And by maximizing your exposure, I'm talking about building a business here. I'm not just talking about, light, airy, fluffy stuff. I'm talking about your intention is to build a business online. So Facebook Live is the way to go, but do it on the right kind of page is number one. So when you're doing your Facebook Lives, you are bringing value to people. You are talking about something that's going to benefit somebody that's watching. You might have a tagline or a call to action on the end that says, if this was of value to you, or if this was of interest to you, or what I showed you, if you would like to learn more, please PM me. Please write more info down below, etc., etc., etc. You might have a call to action at the end, and whatever you're selling, promoting, you're wanting people to engage in, take that conversation off the Facebook Live onto Messenger. Okay, that's the way you want to do it properly. So what are they? Other than Facebook Live, I would like to just alert you to the fact that there are people out there and gurus out there promoting, like, put stuff on your page all the time. So let's say, sorry, just dropped a piece of paper, that you're doing posts. So let's just go aside from Facebook Lives in the moment and talk about posts. Don't post any more than 1 to 3 times a day. There are people out there posting 7, 8 times a day, and 5 out of those 7 is business related. It's completely overkill. It's not going to do you any favors, and it's not going to increase your exposure on Facebook. So as far as posts, even on a self-branded Facebook page, you don't really need to do any more than 1 to 3, probably 3 is a happy medium, posts on your page. And sort of stick to a 3-hour rule. If you've just done a post, don't do another one for another sort of 3 hours. So to go around the cycle of someone's news feed, people are going to miss your stuff if you put too much there. You're not going to get the exposure that you think you are. It's complete overkill, and you could be doing more damage than you realize. Now, back to Facebook Lives, the 7 tips. So just remember, if you want maximum exposure, you need to start doing Facebook Live. So you just prepare your content. I've done heaps of videos about Facebook Lives late last year. So just go to my website, www.helenmartinonline.com, and go to the Network Marketing Training video library, and there's at least three dedicated videos to Facebook Lives. Where do you start? How do you do them? Should you be doing them? Why do you do them? How do you structure them? It's all there on my website. Okay, so number one tip is what I just actually mentioned before. The number one tip is you've got to give value. Do not do a Facebook Live as an infomercial, whatever you do. You've always got to give value. So once again, you're not holding up your products and going, this is this and this is what it does. Do that in a group Facebook page. Do that somewhere else. But don't do it on a personal Facebook page or your self-branded Facebook page if you've got one. Okay, number two, before you go live, this is something I just heard about recently twice from two different people that I listened to regarding Facebook training. And this is, and I'll be interested to test this a little bit more. Before you're going to go live, once you've got to that stage of going live, interact on your page 20 minutes to half an hour before you go live. Now, the theory behind this is that you're on Facebook and you're on your page where you're going to do your Facebook Live, and you start interacting with people. So Facebook goes, oh, Helen's active. Helen's doing some things on, and she's liking and she's commenting on other people's stuff, etc. So they're knowing that I'm active. I will get that in return when I go live 20 minutes to half an hour later, because they know I'm active. So you give out, you interact with other people, and Facebook will reward you with that when you go live and bring people to you. So 20 minutes to half an hour before you go live, start interacting on your page with other people. Start liking things, commenting things, and you will be rewarded in return when you go live. Okay. Number three, you can actually schedule a live beforehand. Now, you can only do this from a desktop computer. It doesn't mean you have to go live from your desktop computer. You can still go live by your phone. But on your desktop computer, on your page, so your business page, there's a tab called Publishing Tools. And then down the side, there's a heading called Video. So if you click on Video, and then over this side, there's, what's it called? I've forgotten the name of it. I think it just says live. It's a green button, whatever the green button says, and you push on that, and it gives you the ability to let people know you're going to do a Facebook Live at what time. So you just put the topic in, and then you schedule. So it might be in 1 hour's time. So you schedule it for 1 hour. So then that immediately pops up on your Facebook feed that Helen is going live in 1 hour. So everybody knows that you're going live within an hour's time. So when you do that, you maximize your exposure for that Facebook Live. So once again, you can only schedule that sort of warning. I can't find the right word for it. From your desktop computer, but it doesn't mean you have to go live from your desktop computer. It's just letting people know when you're going live. So you can schedule that from your desktop computer, and then when that time frame is up, you just simply go live on your phone. Now, supposedly, what these gurus have told me about this is that you can get 40% more exposure on your Facebook Lives by doing this simple little thing. So it's something worth trialing and testing, which is what I'm doing at the moment. Number 4 is not a new one. Ask for comments and engage. So, I might say something to you like, is this making sense to you? Let me know. Put the word yes down below. Or send me some likes and loves if you're following me here and this is making sense to you. So, you can do that now. So something, and I often forget, I'll be honest with you, I often forget to ask for that engagement. But when you ask for the engagement and interact with people while you're doing your face, thanks for the loves and the hearts, I appreciate that. And when you ask for that sort of engagement and interaction during your Facebook Live, then Facebook goes, oh, people are interacting with Helen and they're liking her content and they're liking her stuff, and they push that Facebook Live out wider. So you get rewarded for that engagement. Number 5, after you've finished your Facebook Live, go back and engage and comment with, the people that you weren't able to comment with while you were live, and actually write in there. And I do this all the time. Thank you for your comment. Yes, I agree. Thanks for the feedback, etc. So, sorry, dropped my papers again. just after your Facebook Live. And if you can, start a conversation in the comments section of your Facebook Live. So somebody might have said something that might trigger you to ask a question. It's like, oh, have you tried that before? Or what did you mean by that? And start a conversation within the feed of your Facebook Live. And you will also get, Facebook will see that, people are really engaging with you on your Facebook Lives, and you'll be rewarded for that. So if you can, after a Facebook Live, go back, engage with the people that commented, and try to start a conversation feed within those comments from your Facebook Live. Does that make sense? Send me some likes, some loves, some hearts. Okay, my paper's upside down now. Number 6 is don't compete with yourself. There are a lot of people teaching people when they first go live to go live. Oh, Arlene, you gave me an angry face. Did you mean to give me an angry face? A lot of gurus are, they're saying to people, go live every single day. Thanks, Arlene. And two minds about this. This is good if you are getting practice and you've got no one watching you anyway. So go live every day and get some practice for sure. But once you've got a bit of a following, if you go live every day on your page, you're actually competing with yourself. So you go live one day and you'll get some views, and honestly, most of your views are on not live. Most people won't catch you live, they'll catch you on the replay. So people are still catching up with the replay, and that may take more than 24 hours, but then you go live again. It's like, okay, I'm not watching that, that's old news, I'll come over here. So you're actually competing with yourself, with your Facebook Lives. So I don't go live every day, I go live, it used to be 2 times a week, now it's sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. I've got some more interesting things to say, but don't compete with yourself, with your Facebook Lives. And although there's all these Facebook challenges out there, go live every day for 30 days. The purpose of that is getting you used to doing Facebook Lives, getting you comfortable in front of the camera, all those kind of things, getting you learning how to interact and engage with people and asking questions and getting feedback and saying hello to people. That's the purpose of it. But don't take that as a requirement to build your business, that you need to go live every day. Because if you go live every day, you're going to be competing with your previous Facebook Live that you still want people to review on the replay. Okay, so Facebook Lives every day are for the purpose of getting you used to doing Facebook Lives, but not for the purpose necessarily of building your business. So the last one with that, following on from that, number 7, is that if you've got a really good it's a fly. I thought it was a bee. If you've got a really good Facebook Live, and there's been lots of comments and lots of views, and you're on a self-branded Facebook page and you don't necessarily use a welcome video. So I would always recommend, if you've got a self-branded Facebook page, put a welcome video and pin it to the top. But once you've got a pretty big following and people know who you are and what you do, and you don't really need a welcome video, if you've got a really good Facebook Live that was a really good topic, you are on fire and you want more people to see it, pin that Facebook Live up the top. So keep that there. So when people go to your page, it's the first video they're going to see. So then that Facebook Live is not competing with other Facebook Lives because it's pinned at the top. So just remember that. If you've got a really good Facebook Live that you did, that you got a lot of interaction, people loved it, you got a lot of views, you got a lot of people watching the replay, pin it to the top of your page and let it sit there for a week or 2. And then you've got another one, and then pin a different one. So there might be a different one up there, every week or every fortnight, and continue to get views on that really, really good one. So just a summary of those 7 tips. Number 1, if you want maximum exposure on Facebook to build your business, we're talking about build your business, get more viewers, get following, and to ultimately make sales somewhere along the line, you've got to do Facebook Lives. You've just got to do it. And as I said before, if you want some tips on how to do a Facebook Live, just go to my website in the video library there. So number 1 is doing Facebook Lives, but bring value, don't be an infomercial. Number 2, before you go live, engage on your page, 20 minutes to half an hour before, go and like people's stuff, comment on people's stuff, go and engage. So then when you go live, that 20 minutes, half an hour later, Facebook will reward that, in return. You you give out, you communicate with people, and they'll give you, people back. Number 3, schedule your live beforehand. So remember, this can only be done by a desktop, publishing tools, video, live, schedule it. But you can still go actually live. It's just a notification. That's all it is. It's just a notification that you're going live. So supposedly, the gurus are saying that you can get 40% more exposure if you do that on your Facebook Lives. 4, ask for comments and engage during a Facebook Live. 5, engage with your Facebook Live after you've gone live. Ask questions, comment, those kind of things. Keep the comments rolling. Number 6, don't compete with yourself. Don't feel that you need to go live all the time because you're actually competing with your own self. And 7, if you've got a really, really good Facebook Live that you blitzed it, you were confident, you said all the right things, you got a lot of interaction, everybody loved it, pin it to the top of your page and let it sit there for a while and, maximize your exposure for that. So I hope that's helpful. I guess my biggest warning to you with this Facebook Live today is the change in Facebook algorithms, and don't do those picture quotes anymore. Don't do those just blatant clickbait, like, share, comment. It's a shame because that worked really well for me last year and it definitely increased my engagement, but they've changed the algorithm, so it's not something that you want to do anymore. And that's already in place. It's already in action as of sort of mid-December. So as of mid-December, you don't want to be doing that sort of moving forward into 2018. And I hope you enjoyed those 7 tips for maximum exposure on Facebook. It's a new year. Whatever happened last year, if it wasn't good, it's gone. Forget about it. You have got a clean slate with a new year. So it doesn't matter what happened last year. It doesn't matter if things didn't work. It doesn't matter if your business didn't grow. You've got a new canvas in 2018 to start again. Focus yourself, set some goals, set a reminder. And I spoke about this just before Christmas or between Christmas and New Year's. Set your goals. Type them in the reminders in your mobile phone and set a reminder to go off every single day to remind you what your goals are, to remind you what you're striving for. So this is a new year. You've got the whole year to map out. Well, map it out now, but blank canvas. Forget about what happened last year, or if it was good, don't forget about it. Relish in it and keep doing more of it. But, you want to maximize your exposure on Facebook. So I hope those 7 tips were useful for you. If that was of value to you, if you got something out of those tips, if you got something out of that change to the Facebook algorithm and you didn't know about that before and you found that valuable, please send me some likes and loves. Let me know that this is of value to you. Comment below and say, yep, Helen, that was helpful. I just really appreciate your feedback because I'm very, very grateful for anybody that jumps on live or watching the replay. I seriously do appreciate that you're watching and listening to my content. So I will speak to you soon. I'm back from holidays. I'm ready, raring to go this year. So you will hear a lot more from me in the coming days. Bye.